Okay, do a little something different here. Me and my lint. I can't see anything floating around here, but I see it on the screen. Oh, the deception. Okay, week or two ago, in the winter like this, I have more time. I'm not working quite as late, so I have a little bit more time to come here and do something odd, goofy stuff. And so I go on Netflix. I say, okay, I'm gonna try to watch and finish the Dave Chappelle. There's like three comedy things he's done the past couple years that I have not watched. A couple I just couldn't finish. I thought Dave Chappelle in the late '90s, early 2000s was the funniest man alive. When he first came on, he was just epic. A lot of profanity and all that, really crude. But I was a lot younger then too. But I thought he was very funny. But the stuff he does now is more like it's a think piece or something. And I don't need that. It's just not funny. People that think this man, he's so brilliant, he's the best. Okay, he's good, but like I watched three of them. Two I couldn't finish. One I finished. That was okay. It wasn't any super, I'll compare it to something else because some people, there's not a lot of good comedians out there right now, especially right now, almost 2023. It's just neither here nor there. But if let's say if Chappelle is the standard, and he's on that other level of comedians. There's a whole lot of comedians that are out there that you've never heard of. Now, two things. One, there's a platform. It's an app on your phone you can get. It's called Tubi. Tubi. It's streaming videos, movies, a ton of comics on there. People you've never heard of. And occasionally there will be a commercial, a little 15-second commercial. No, but matter of fact, I can't. I watch it all the time. I can't remember the last commercial I saw. It goes right through it. So it's not really big, and it doesn't cost anything. This thing's free, but there's some commercials every so often. There's a comedian on Tubi. He's also on YouTube, but his complete thing is on Tubi. Named Kellen, Kellen, Erskine. He's a Mormon. Guess where he's from? He's this Mormon guy. He has a thing called. If you put up Erskine on Tubi, it'll come up. It was called, I can't think of it now, Composed or something. I think it was Composed. Funny as all get out. And it just crazy funny. And it's, you're seeing what this guy's doing, and he's really had to put something together, and it was exceptional. Get a chance. Check it out. I just thought it was hilarious. And the way he interacted with the people in the audience was really funny. That's on Tubi. Now on YouTube, there's two guys. There's a channel called Dry Bar Comedy. Dry Bar Comedy. If you know what a dry bar is, for like a dry county where they can't serve alcohol, these guys are in Provo, Utah. Okay, they're at a comedy club where there's no alcohol. There's also no profanity. That's the one thing I'm going to mention. Three guys. This is all this they have in common. There's no profanity. And I'm saying, oh, I'm such a prude, I'm a Christian, or other. This has nothing to do with that. Just like this guy Erskine on Tubi, no profanity. You go to Dry Bar Comedy. There's a guy called Brad Upton. He has two. He just recently did a new one on Dry Bar Comedy Channel. Brad Upton, hilariously funny. Older guy like myself, just funny. Then there's another guy who I think was actually the funniest for me, was named Josh Sneed. Josh Sneed. I got their names written down. I'll show them to you. And he is also Dry Bar Comedy on YouTube. Just die funny. No profanity. These guys aren't crude. They can't be crude. They can't go really low. They can't, hit really Can't touch nasty topics. And yet they're hilarious. Whereas Dave Chappelle can say the most crude things you could think of about his wife. And he's really not that funny. It's like, kind of thing. He'll get a couple of 2 or 3 really good things in there, and that's it. Where these guys, your sides are hurting. And like I said, I'm not promoting this like from a Christian thing. Oh, these guys don't have profanity or anything like that. They're just funnier, but you'll never hear of them. You have no idea who they are. Okay, so if you get a chance, you should sign up to Dry Bar Comedy, because they get some people that are okay, whatever. But to me, if you were going to be a comic, and you could say whatever you want, okay, that'll be a challenge. But if someone says you could say whatever you want, but you can't use profanity, nor can you talk about certain topics you can't talk about. It's, in other words, it's got to be, you should be able to watch this at the 6 o'clock, at the evening with your grandmother. Try to do that and be funny. These people do it every day. Tubi, Kellen, Erskine, really hilarious. Dry Bar Comedy. First guy's Brad Upton. He has 2 specials on. He's hilariously funny. And the other one is Josh Sneed. This guy does something about fast food that's just, I just cry when I see this guy do his thing. Absolutely hilarious. This is all on YouTube. This one's Tubi. Check out Tubi. And here's another thing that I don't think, and this kind of blows my mind. Nick DiPaolo, okay, New York East Coast guy. I think he's in Jersey. Just as foul as can be. I think it's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. But he had a show that was considered too, I can't remember what they called it. It was too nasty for, too oh my God, too risky for Netflix or something. Okay? Where he goes after Hillary and Bill Clinton. He goes after, he's on the right. He's a right winger. But he goes oh my gosh, it's terrible. Just terrible. Guy's funny as all get out. It just goes after Hillary and this thing. It's on YouTube. You can watch it on YouTube. Not a pay site. You can watch Nick DiPaolo on YouTube hammer the left. Hammers liberals in his audience. And it blows my mind. How do they allow this on YouTube? How's YouTube not? YouTube has canceled his podcast and really restricted his podcast that's on YouTube every day. Matter of fact, I think he's finally going on to something else. He'll do a brief thing and he's somewhere else. Nick DiPaolo can't do anything on his channel, but his comedy special where he hammers the left, not only Hillary, but the liberals in his audience, is still there. And it's profane, man. I mean, you can watch this with your kids, your mother, nothing like that. But he's just hilarious. But if you get a chance, check out Kellen Erskine on Tubi. He might be on YouTube now. I haven't looked, but bits and pieces. But the whole show is on Tubi. And then check out Brad Upton and Josh Sneed at Dry Bar Comedy. It's a laugh out loud funny. It's just, it's insanely funny. And the fact that they do it under harsh conditions. No profanity, and you can't talk about any nasty topics. And they still pull it off. Love you, God bless.